Hello, my name is Declan Mulready from the Audi Academy. Today we'll be walking you through the Audi TT and the TTS from a few different points of view. We'll start with the exterior, then we'll go to the interior. We'll also cover safety, performance and technology. And when we talk about technology, we'll break it into 2 points of view. One is the electronics that are available on the inside of the car, and the second one is from an engineering perspective. Looking at the exterior, the Audi TT, the TTS and the convertible, they are all unmistakably Audi. If you remember when the original TT was launched, it was an absolute sensation when it hit the auto show scene. When you look at the new TT, a lot of the elements of the original car have been carried over, and needless to say, it's incredibly strongly identifiable as an Audi and an Audi only. First of all, when we take a look at the car, you can see the hallmark grille. Big single frame. Because this is a performance car, the grille does sit a little lower and a little wider to make the car seem a little bit more aggressive. Needless to say, the TT now incorporates the LEDs, which at this stage have become a signature of the Audi brand. Next, just like all Audis, we also have the lower air intakes as well. So moving from the front of the car to the side of the car, the first thing you're going to notice is the very aggressive sweeping roofline on the car. With that said, the car still has 4 seats and it's quite comfortable up front. In fact, there's more than ample space for a 6-footer up front. When you take a look at the side of the car has a very, very aggressive and tall shoulder line. It gives the car a more aggressive look. Then when we take a look at the dynamic line on this car travels up quite aggressively. And this makes the car look like it's actually running even though it's standing still. Taking a look at the TT models from a safety point of view, one of the things you have to bear in mind about all Audis is the fact that they're designed and engineered in Germany. When one of these cars gets into an accident on the Autobahn, the likelihood of it traveling at 55 miles an hour is actually quite low. Needless to say, the speeds are typically greater, and when you get into an accident, the accidents are typically more severe. From a customer's perspective, most customers think about safety from an airbag point of view. The more, the safer the car is. However, it's the structure that the car is designed around that does all the work in a crash, and airbags are supplemental restraint systems. The TT is built around an Audi space frame. It's made from aircraft-grade aluminum, and in the case of the TT, it's actually a hybrid. We also have steel in certain sections of the car as well. The space frame literally runs from the A pillar all the way through, down into the C pillar, across the roof here, across the roof here, reinforcement beams behind the dashboard, and needless to say, the front long members of the front frame legs are also made from the same material as well. The steel that we put into the car is actually mounted in the back. It's in the floor area of the rear of the TT. And the reason why we use steel back here is not because it's safer, but because the engine is mounted up front on the TT, to balance out the weight of the car a little bit, we put some steel back there to make the car handle better. Next, from an airbag point of view, we have a driver and passenger front airbag. We also have an airbag in each front seat, and then we also have side guard, which when it goes off, it covers the entire side of the car right here. Now, for the Roadster model, the side guard system is actually built into the seat, and it moves up around the driver's head in this direction. In addition to that, because the cars are available with the S-tronic transmission, we now have the hill hold feature in there. Basically, when you're on a hill, you come to a stop, it prevents the car from rolling backwards. Another feature that's very useful is if you're rear-ended, we have a back guard system built in there too, which is designed to reduce whiplash. Needless to say, because the TT is such a good-looking car, theft protection is one of the things that we also include, not just in this, but in all Audis. And we do it in 2 forms. The first one is the car has a standard alarm system. Next, it also has a standard immobilizer system. And basically the only way to take this car from any place is to put it on a flatbed and take it away. Looking at the TT from a performance point of view, we have 2 different engine options available. The first one is a 2-litre TFSI motor that develops 200 horsepower, but more importantly, 207 pound-feet of torque at an incredibly low 1800 RPM. Basically, that's what gives you the shove in the back at low speeds. It's the torque that really makes the car move. Next up, we have the 265 horsepower 2-litre TFSI motor that's available in the TTS. That engine produces 258 pound-feet of torque at a very low 2500 RPM. Whichever engine you choose, needless to say, both cars are fantastic performers. No point in talking about performance if we don't talk about controlling that performance. Going in a straight line quickly is wonderful. However, what makes sports cars is their ability to stop and their ability to turn. So taking a look at the suspension on this car. Up front we have McPherson struts. Down back we have a very sophisticated multi-link suspension. We also have the available magnetic ride that comes with the TT as well. And this is a fantastic option for the customer to choose. Basically at the push of a button you take a car that's very comfortable, and when you hit that button you give it almost race car grade suspension. Fantastic for banging around the racetrack, or even better, going down a backcountry road quickly. Next up we have four-wheel disc brakes. Needless to say, these are designed with the Autobahn in mind. You can pull the car to a stop very quickly, but more importantly the brakes work consistently without overheating. Next up we have Quattro available on this car. In this segment it's actually rather unique. When you take a look at our key competitors, they do not offer all-wheel drive. However, on the TTS it's standard. One of the greatest benefits of this, besides the usual snow, is the fact that it makes the car perform faultlessly in the rain, and it also increases performance in the dry. Looking at the interior of the Audi TT, this is a wonderful place for any driver to be. Starting out with the seats, this is the same seat that we use in the Audi R8. One of the benefits is that it's a very form-fitting and hugging seat. So from a cornering point of view, it will keep you perfectly placed. But also from a comfort point of view, it is fully adjustable, needless to say, fully electric, including lumbar support and everything else. Next up, when we look at the layout of the dashboard, everything is exactly where you would expect it to be from a driver's point of view. Every piece of information you need is right there. Next, from a fit and finish point of view, just like every other Audi, it is absolutely perfect. All the materials are top quality, gaps are absolutely minimal, and the fit and finish is wonderful. From a versatility point of view, the TT is rather unique in this segment. It's extremely versatile. From behind the rear seats all the way to the tailgate, I can fold down the back seats and turn that into a full luggage compartment. I can pop in snowboard, get a few extra sets of golf clubs in there, maybe even pay a visit to the home store over the weekend. Bottom line is you've got a car that is not just very capable from a driver's point of view, but also very versatile from an everyday point of view too. Looking at the TT from a technology point of view, I like to break technology into two different categories. First, there's the electronics that are available on the inside of the car, and next, there's the engineering that goes to make the whole car. When we talk about the electronics that are available, first up, we have the navigation system that's also available with real-time traffic. Very capable and also very easy to use. Next up, we have the driver information screen in front of us. This will tell us things like distance traveled, miles to fuel tank empty, how long you've been in the car, and also on the TTS models it also has a built-in lap timer as well, just in case you've been at a track day. Looking at the TT from a technology/engineering point of view, this car is very much a technical tour de force. The first thing is the car is built around an Audi space frame. In the case of the TT, this is a steel and aluminum hybrid. Now, the benefit of this is not just from a safety point of view, but also from a handling point of view. Because the suspension has a more rigid platform to work off, the car automatically handles better. Next up, we have the S-tronic transmission. This is one of the world's fastest shifting transmissions, so it reduces your 0 to 60 time, and it also gives you better gas mileage as well. A win-win scenario. Next up is the engine technology, TFSI, or Turbo Direct Injection. This technology is something we first used at Le Mans, and one of the benefits that we discovered at Le Mans was we got not just increased performance, but also increased gas mileage, which is one of the keys to winning that race that particular year. Yet all of this technology is available in a car at the price we offer the TT for.